planetary system, including the moon and the sun, as well as on this earth. The same principles of animal life exist. The difference between the demigod and ordinary human being is that the demigod approach authority, whereas inhabitants of this earth defy authority. If people would only approach the authority, then every adverse condition in this universe could be rectified. The conclusive instruction of this incident is that we may be disturbed by some material condition, but if we approach the authority who can actually explain the matter, then our problem is solved.
So in Kali Yuga or in the material world generally, the authorities themselves are not knowledgeable, especially in Kali Yuga. The authorities, the so-called authorities are simply like the four animals. What is them? Dogs, hogs, camels and asses. This is how the Kali Yuga authorities are. Swavit Varahos Rakare, Samstuta Purusha Pashu. They are called Purusha Pashu. They are human being, but they are actually human being, but they are like animal, they have animal consciousness. They are like dogs, hogs, or camels and asses. So when we approach such authorities, none of these problems can be solved. But when we approach a competent authority who is the spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master, then every problem can be solved. Every fear can be removed. Because the lotus feet of the spiritual master, it removes the fear of mental existence. Prema bhakti jaha hoite, avidya vinasha jayate. That loving devotional service, it awakens and ignorance is destroyed. And when ignorance is destroyed, fear is also destroyed. One becomes fearless. Okay, please read.
When there are natural disturbances like blowing cyclones, too much heat or snowfall, and uprooting of trees by hurricanes, it is to be understood that the demoniac population is increasing, so the natural disturbance is also taking place.
So that's why there is so much of natural disturbance now. That there is El Nino, there are different phenomenon. Yesterday I read that there was a rogue wave in the Pacific Ocean, which was 14 meters high. It happens once in many years like that. So there are so many natural phenomenon. 14 meters, 3 stories. Such high wave. It came in Pacific. They have recorded.
But
With some-
America every year very horrible hurricanes are coming through.
Yeah, more and more horrible it is becoming.
Demonic population.
More and more, everywhere, more and more disturbance happening. Somewhere pestilence, somewhere hurricane, somewhere, like COVID, end of pandemic. So whole world got affected by COVID pandemic. So that means demoniac population is increasing. The more natural disturbances are happening, then more demoniac. This is indication that more demoniac population is increasing.
And then again the demonic population will be killed and new population come every time when such happens.
Hopefully.
Asses also feel very respectable as a race, and when they run in flocks, hither and thither is so-called jollity. It is understood to be a bad sign for human society.
Yeah. When asses are very happy, that means it's bad sign for human society. Okay, please read. Please read.
When the pious planets shine very brightly, it is an auspicious sign, but when the inauspicious planets shine very brightly, this is not a very good sign.
Yeah, this is all astrology.
It is to be indirectly understood as previously described that when there are constant disturbances on the earth, it is an omen that those demoniac people have been born or that the demoniac population has increased. In former days there were only 2 demons, those born of deity, yet there were so many disturbances. In the present day, especially in this age of Kali, these disturbances are always visible, which indicates that the demoniac population has certainly increased. To check the increase of demoniac population, the Vedic civilization enacted so many rules and regulations of social life, the most important of which is the Garbhadana process for begetting good children. people who are very anxious with peace in the world, there are so many unwanted children born without the benefit of the Garbhadana ceremony, just like the demons born from deity. Having sex life to beget children, one should observe the process of begetting nice children. If each and every householder and every family observes the Vedic system, then there are nice children, not demons, and automatically there is peace in the world.
Yeah, so, yes.
No, I was thinking, Prabhupada says even if even now if they start devotional service, this population will change. So
Right.
Kashyapa was a sage. He did not give Krishna consciousness to Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu?
No, but they were born as demons.
Oh.
They were born as demons.
The mentality.
The mentality itself is against Krishna. So it's not that everybody can become Krishna conscious. Because Krishna, Prahlad also says, no, Matirna Krishne Paratasvatova Mitopi Patye Grihabhritanam Adanta Gopi Vishatam Tamishram Punapuna Charvita Charvananam. So what he's saying, Matirna Krishne Paratasvatova means that by their own effort also they cannot become Krishna conscious. By others' advice also they cannot become Krishna conscious. Prabhupada says, by conferences and by so many things, you cannot become Krishna conscious. Why? Because Grihabhritana. They have taken a vow to remain in the material world and to enjoy sense gratification. Grihabhritana. So when we have that kind of mentality, Puna Charvita Charvananam, again and again chewing the chew, we still think, oh, there's something to be seen in this material world. I should go to America and see what is there. Or I should go to Dubai and then go to the tallest tower in the world and then stand on top of that tower. And then see what simply desert sand all around. Nothing else is there. So when we think that there is something is still to be enjoyed in this material world, that means Puna Charvita Charvananam. Then we cannot become Krishna conscious. Yes, please.
It was mentioned that Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu are the two original demons.
Yeah.
But in the previous chapters we have also seen that there is ghosts and demons hanging around with Shiva.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? That means they are two real powerful demons and the other were not before.
There is nobody as powerful as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. In that sense. There is nobody as powerful as him. They came in the beginning of creation and there is nobody as powerful as them. Even the demigods cannot touch them. Because they are actually Vaikuntha people. So nobody could touch them. Nobody could to challenge them. And their rule was like unchallenged. And they became the beginning of the Daityas. There is Devas and then the Daityas. There is the Sura and Asura. So they became the proper beginning of the Asura family. So then from them, all the different type of Asuras came. And even though some of them are not Diti's sons, actually Daitya means sons of Diti. Many of them are not Diti's sons, but because they had the same quality, then they also came to be known as Daityas. Later many demons came. They were not Diti's sons, but they simply came to be known as Daityas.
Prabhu, this is happening in the Swayambhava Manu, right? First
The
day
beginning.
of Brahma.
Yes, the beginning.
So before that we also saw in demigod species there is Rakshasas and all. So this is when it is starting to create Rakshasas.
But they are still Daityas. Rakshasas have still not come. Rakshasas will come later.
Or till now Brahma not created Rakshasas.
No, as of now in the story, Rakshasas are not there.
Oh, Daityas, Rakshasas different.
They are different. Rakshasas by definition are another type of people. These people, they don't eat human meat and things like that. Rakshasas eat human meat.
And they stay where then?
They all stay in different planets. Even like Ravana was a Rakshasa.
He was eating human meat?
Yeah.
Huh?
Huh?
But he was a Brahmin, Prabhuji.
He is son of a Brahman. But he is Rakshasa. His mother is Rakshasa.
Yes.
Mandadari Rakshasa?
His mother is Rakshasa.
Yeah. Following his mother.
He was following his mother. He tells Sita, no? He tells Sita, I'll come tomorrow morning. Either you agree or you become my breakfast.
Yes.
He tells Sita.
Yes.
Either you agree to be my queen or you become my breakfast. Only two options for you. Huh?
None of the above was not there for her.
Who is not there?
None of the above was not there.
But she chose the third option. My husband will come and kill you.
I was
She takes a grass and speaks to the grass. She doesn't speak to Ravana. When Sita replaced Ravana, she picks up a blade of grass and she speaks to the grass. She considers Ravana as insignificant as grass. So she just picks a blade of grass and she speaks to the grass. You insignificant fellow, you're talking to this like me, you wait for my husband to come. All your pride will go to dust and your head will roll on the ground. Thud! She puts the grass down. Yes, you wanted to say something?
yeah, it was written that there is part of the world who likes sunshine and things like this, and they are the most inauspicious. They are considered the most where they are supposed to be the most demoniac people.
Where there's no sunshine, etc.
Yeah, those parts.
Yeah. There are some places where there's only darkness is there. I mean, the people who are living there, okay, they have some karma which is very heavy. Normally, like it's very funny that we were living in Dubai. In Dubai, everybody thinks that they are living very good life, and they are enjoying life because in so much facility and that and this and things like that. Big car, everybody has a nice car, and even devotees are quite nice and opulent and things like that. So once one sannyasi came, one ISKCON sannyasi came, and he was giving class, and he said, "You guys, you are living in Dubai. You actually feel very proud that you are living in Dubai. Actually, this place is a desert. This is only meant for snakes and lizards. This is not meant for people." It's true. What he said is true. Desert is simply meant for snakes and lizards. Because we have such heavy karma, then we go and live there.
But enjoying there also so opulent.
So that's what previously we read that even in hell, the living entity actually tries to enjoy. That he thinks that no, you're not read still. Okay, is coming in Kapila Siksha, because I'm teaching so many places, so many things, I'm getting confused. So in Kapila Siksha it comes that even in the hell, the living entity thinks I am all right. He tries to enjoy even the hellish condition. Initially he suffers. Later he starts thinking, oh, I'm all. Prabhupada says that that he is put in a lake of stool and urine, and he is actually suffering initially. And later he starts enjoying the taste of the stool, and he is thinking, oh, this stool is very nice, it's very tasty. Then he becomes eligible to get the hog body, because hog actually eats and enjoys the stool. Then he gets the body of a hog. Like that Prabhupada says in the purport.
How would you explain that, for example, Russians are supposed to be super demoniac according to that, but they are in ISKCON like the second part, leading part after.
So anyway, Prabhupada says, no, anybody who takes up to Krishna consciousness, their life becomes auspicious. When you start sadhana bhakti, there are two effects of sadhana bhakti. What are the two effects of sadhana bhakti? Anybody remembers? Kleshagni and Shubhada. When anyone who takes up to Krishna consciousness, their life immediately becomes auspicious.
That must be that must signify that that should be equal all over the world, but it's not.
Yeah, it is equal all over the world. No? Anybody who takes Krishna consciousness anywhere in the world, they become auspicious.
Yes, in that way, yes, but
Yeah.
Amongst the population, there is.
Among the population, there is always difference, because see, there are different people who are having different levels of karma, so it cannot be equal. It cannot be equal. It cannot be equal. In general enjoyment and suffering, the whole place cannot be equal. There should be some place which is more enjoyment, some place which should be more suffering. And some governments are more tyrannical, some governments are more So-called liberal means that they are taking everybody to hell. Nowadays, liberals are doing that only. They are quickly taking everybody to hell. That's what liberals are doing, no? What liberals are doing? What in Kali Yuga context, what liberal means? That you can do any sin and that is all okay. That's what liberal means. That's what in Kali Yuga context liberal means.
Tyranny, dictatorship is avoided in liberal.
Yeah, but at least in tyranny and dictatorship there is something you can do and something you cannot do. But in liberal you can do anything and you can directly go to hell. You can directly go to hell. Quickly you can go to hell. That's what liberal means. So, the so-called freedom in Kali Yuga is actually not freedom. We think that this is freedom and it is very valuable, and then we celebrate National Day, Independence Day, Republic Day. It's all nonsense. Because the real freedom is to practice regulative principles of Krishna consciousness. Because that is freedom from sinful life. That is not there. Freedom to practice sin is not real freedom, because it is going to bind the living entity into lower form of life. Anyway, let's continue. Purport.
The demigods concern themselves with the spiritual upliftment of human society, whereas the demons are concerned with physical and material upliftment.
So this is okay. Next corner we should read translation.
Their bodies became so tall that they seemed to kiss the sky with the crests of their gold crowns. They blocked the view of all directions, and while walking shook the earth at every step. Their arms were adorned with brilliant bracelets, and they were stood as if covering the sun with their waists, with excellent and beautiful girdles.
So they were very strong and they were also nicely dressed. Okay.
So, Prabhuji, they were born like that?
Yeah, because 100 years they were in the womb.
Oh, but
Ayo, from
maybe
the
so
stomach.
small.
And immediately they grew up.
Like, okay.
And see, in those yugas, people are also very tall. You should not think that Diti means like, our height, she is like 5 feet 6 inches, not like that. They are also very tall. In those yugas, the bodies also, Satyuga bodies also very, very gigantic bodies they had. Now in Kali Yuga, we are having small body, but they had gigantic bodies. Okay, please read.
Kashyapa Prajapati is the creator of the living entity, gave his twin sons their names. The one who was born first is named Ranyaksha, and the one who was first conceived by the dead deities is named Hiranyakashipu.
So in the purport, Prabhupada actually mentions that the first conceived son is born later, and the second conceived son is born first. So when there are twins, one who is born first, he is considered as younger, and one who is born next is considered as elder. So Hiranyaksha is younger and Hiranyakashipu is elder. So Hiranyaksha was born first and Hiranyakashipu was conceived first. So Hiranyakashipu is elder, Hiranyaksha is younger. Okay.
The elder child, Hiranyakashipu, was unafraid of death from anyone within the 3 worlds because he received a benediction from Lord Brahma. He was proud and puffed up due to this benediction and was able to bring all 3 planetary systems under his control.
Oh, when this happened? Before birth only.
After born.
No, Brahma gave benediction.
Afterwards, no?
After.
He did
Okay,
tapasya
this is long back,
Yeah.
but it is told before.
No. He was born, and after he born, he did austerities and then he got benediction from Brahma.
His younger brother Hiranyaksha was always ready to satisfy his elder brother by his activities. Hiranyaksha took a club on his shoulder and traveled all over the universe with a fighting spirit just to satisfy Hiranyakashipu. Oh.
Hiranyaksh temple was difficult to control. He had anklets of gold tingling about his feet. He was adorned with gigantic garland, and he rested his huge mace on one of his shoulders.
His mental and bodily strength, as well as the boon conferred upon him, had made him proud. He feared death at the hand of no one, and there was no checking him. The gods therefore were seized with fear at his very sight, and they hid themselves, even as snakes hid themselves for fear of Garuda.
Mm.
On not finding Indra and the other demigods who had previously been intoxicated with power, the chief of the Daityas, seeing that they had all vanished before his might, roared loudly.
Mm. He was very happy. He roared very loudly. Mm.
After returning from the heavenly kingdom, the mighty demon, who was like an elephant in wrath, for the sake of sport, divided into the deep ocean, which was roaring terribly.
Mm.
So returning from heavenly means actually some other planet, that means there.
He went to heavenly planet. Now he is going into ocean.
Oh,
Now he is going into ocean.
But actually he was in some other planet.
Yeah.
One is entering the ocean, the aquatic animals who forms the host of the Varuna were stricken with the fear and ran far away. Those Hiranyaksha showed his splendor without dealing a blow.
Okay.
Moving about in the ocean for many years, the mighty Hiranyaksha smote the gigantic wind-tossed waves again and again with his iron mace and reached Vibhavari, the capital of Varuna.
Mm.
Vibhavari is the home of Varuna, lord of the aquatic creatures and guardian of the lower regions of the universe, where the demons generally reside. There Hiranyaksha fell at Varuna's feet like a low-born man, and to make fun of him, he said with a smile, "Give me battle, O Supreme Lord."
Mm.
You are the guardian of an entire sphere and a ruler of wide fame, having crushed the might of arrogant and conceited warriors and having conquered all the Daityas and Danamas in the world. You once performed a Rajasuya sacrifice to the Lord.
Mm.
The smoke by an enemy whose vanity knew no bounds, the worshipful Lord of the waters was very angry. But by dint of his reason he managed to curb the anger and that sprang up in him, and he replied, "O dear one, we have now desisted from warfare, having grown too old for combat."
Mm.
You are so skilled in war that I do not see anyone else than the most ancient person, Lord Vishnu, who can give satisfaction in battle to you. Therefore, chief of the Asuras, approach him, whom even heroes like you mentions with praise.
Varuna continued, "On reaching him, you will be rid of your pride at once, and will lie down on the field of battle, surrounded by dogs for eternal sleep. It is in order to exterminate wicked fellows like you, and to show his grace to the virtuous that he assumes his various incarnations like Varaha."
So he was told that the Lord will come as Varaha and he will fight with you and he will kill you. Varuna told him that don't worry, someone is going to fight with you and kill you. Yes?
Shiva is the lord of ghosts and bhutas, but
Yeah.
Varuna is the lord of what?
Huh? Varuna is a lot of water.
Yeah, we know, but here it's mentioned also the demons.
Because he is also the guardian of the nether worlds. He is also considered as the guardian of the lower planetary systems, where the demons live.
Vinasarga.
Hmm?
Vinasarga.
The law of the lower planetary systems.
So, who? Because Shiva as well, no? He's in charge of the ghosts and bhutas.
Yeah, but ghosts are different and these are different. Demons are different from ghosts. Ghosts are ones who don't have subtle body, so who have gross body. Demons have gross body. They are different species from ghosts. Demons like to pray to Lord Lord Shiva because they can easily please him. So we discussed this that who is the first child, who is the second child. Okay, please read.
In other words, because he originally came from the abode of Vaikuntha, he was not to be killed by anyone within this material world. The Lord desired to appear himself to kill him. So many emperors have ascended to power and they are now lost in oblivion. That is the history of the world.
Yeah, so many people come, many people die. They live as if they will never die. They'll die as if they never lived. We don't even know. Sometimes in Bhagavatam we just see only the names. And sometimes the names are not even there in Bhagavatam. So therefore in second canto of Bhagavatam it is said that this is world of names.
Yes, yes.
This is world of names. In second canto it is said this world of names. Just to become a name, that's it. Yeah.
The demoniac spirit is to train all family members to exploit the resources of this universe for personal sense gratification, whereas the godly spirit is to engage everything in the service of the Lord.
Yeah, this is very much applicable to Kali Yuga because there are so many people who actually pose themselves as saviors of the planet. They pose themselves as environmentalists. They pose themselves as anti-pollutionist. They have posed themselves as so many different things, conservationist, that is, this is, so many ist. All of them are demoniac. Why? Because their idea is to conserve the earth planet for sense gratification. And they think that they are the protectors of earth. Nobody can be protector of earth. The only protector of earth is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Human beings are not protectors of earth. Human beings are children of earth. Earth is considered as mother, she is Dhatri. You cannot protect the mother. You can only please the mother. So the conception of protecting the earth is demoniac. We will protect the environment, we will protect the earth. Who are we to protect the environment? Who are we to protect the earth? We are actually, we can be destroyed by the very environment in just a simple flash. We don't have power to protect the environment. We don't have power to protect the earth. We are meant to please Durga, who is material nature. We are meant to please Bhudevi, who is Mother Earth. So the demoniac people, they pose themselves as great personalities, but they are actually demoniac. So a Krishna conscious person, he has this idea that Durga should be pleased, or Mother Earth should be pleased. So Prabhupada says simple living, high thinking. Live in harmony with nature, live in harmony with Mother Earth. This is Krishna consciousness. Naturally, a Krishna conscious person is like that. Okay, we move to next chapter, but before that, we take a break because from morning we are going on and on and on. So today, everybody said you want 2 breaks, so the first break. Take a break.
From this, you are saying mother, because child protects mother, son, grown up son.
Yeah, grown up son. We can never be grown up son. We can't grow up so easily.
The son is supposed to protect the mother.
Yeah, but with respect. Not that, the mother is not the agency for sense gratification for the son. It's not that we protect the earth because, we can enjoy the earth and after that the next generation will enjoy the earth, after that the next generation will enjoy the earth. That's not the proper mentality. The proper mentality is to please Mother Earth. One should have the mentality to please Mother Earth. Yes.
Where is the reference that Hiranyaksha did this, he got benediction from Brahma? Is that?
It's not explained here, but you actually find it in the purport. But if you find some other places, you will find this. Both of them did the benediction. Both of them did tapasya and both of them got benedictions.
Hiranyakashipu reference there.
Yeah, but in Bhagavatam you don't find for Hiranyaksha. But only you hear it. That's it.
After he got told,
They both did austerities. And then they
text 28. Hiranyaksha is saying Varuna that you did the Rajasuya sacrifice.
Yeah. You might have done. These things are not there in Bhagavatam.
This is Danavas.
Yeah. Danavas means another type of demons. So they are called Danavas.
They also Diti's son, and Daitya.
Daitya means Diti's son, but not necessarily Diti's sons. It started with Diti's son, but after that others also joined. So they came to be generically known as Daitya. It became like a generic name rather than the specific name of a family.
Like I, Giriva, coming.
So many people came. So many people.
Teacher very glad.
Senior teacher.
So you all came out